Hi guys, welcome back to FOOTY with Wally, and today we're going to do a roundup for the Premier League game week 9, and I'll talk about Chelsea, Liverpool, United, Arsenal, City, yes. And I'm not going to talk about Tottenham because I already have a video, so if you want to see my analysis on Tottenham, it is already on the channel. So starting with Chelsea 1, Sunderland 2, and even though Chelsea lost, I don't think they had a bad game. They didn't have a horrible game, honestly. Like, they started the game well. They were creating chances. Garnacho was creating something on the left. Pedro Neto was creating something on the right. So it was sort of working. Obviously, I'm talking about the first half because the right beginning of the game suddenly was better, as you can see in the momentum map. And usually what I say is that Chelsea are good offensively, but defensively speaking, they lack consistency. But in the first half, they were okay, defensively speaking. What I did not like about Chelsea was, actually, I have my notes about this. Maresca got it wrong because in his starting 11, he put João Pedro as a 10, which is not a problem because he's used to playing as a 10 behind a proper 9, let's say. At least he did this for Brighton, sometimes for Brazil as well. But he's one of the players who are contributing the most with goals and assists for Chelsea. So I don't think taking him out of the area was a good option, especially considering that was to play Mark Gu in the 9. But honestly, I don't see that much quality in his football. And as I wrote there, he took João Pedro from his best role, and Gu ended up doing nothing in the game. He was probably the worst Chelsea player. I'm talking about contributing with goals and assists. Enzo was one who was contributing a lot with goals and assists, but he was playing more as an offensive midfielder. But in this game, he played as an 8. He could have used either João Pedro as a 9, Enzo as a 10, and put another CM as Andre, or just put Steven as a 10 and João Pedro as a 9. But I don't think playing Mark Gu was the best option. Also, something that I actually don't remember if it was because of something physical, if he felt something. I don't remember because I watched all the games I'm going to talk about, so I don't remember every detail. But he substituted Achapong, and he was doing perfect. He was, defensively speaking, very secure, very consistent. He was helping a lot in the build-up. He was being press resistant. So if he felt something, physically speaking, then it is what it is. But if it was just a technical decision, I don't think it was correct. And he put Tosin, who I don't know if I'm pronouncing correctly, but anyway, who did nothing to stop the second goal. The guy was literally waiting. He was just doing nothing. When I saw that, I was like, if I supported Chelsea, I would be so pissed off now, because that was absurd. Like, you can't concede a goal like that. And now Chelsea have 14 points in 9 matches, having lost 3 in the last 5 Premier League matches. That doesn't look good. So 9th in the league. But honestly, regarding position, I don't think it is a very big problem, because everyone is very close to each other. So you have to see in the next game weeks. So let's go to United 4, Brighton 2. This result is kind of bizarre because if you see the XG, you see 1.29 against 1.12, and then you see 6 goals in the game. And honestly, we could have had more goals than that, because I remember Manchester United missing 2 big / good opportunities. But anyway, United are seeming very okay, not very comfortable, but United gave me the impression that they found what they want to do. The team seemed to be working. The pressing is kind of working. But before giving my general analysis, let me just talk about the players, because Cunha had a very good game. He is very sharp when it comes to dribbling and finishing, in the sense that he gets the ball with one dribble, he can already finish. Good football IQ, good ball control and stuff. Like, his technique is good. Cunha is a very good player. Casemiro also got a goal and an assist, obviously. Mbeumo 2 goals. And if you see the players individually speaking, Cunha, Casemiro, Mbeumo, Bruno, like Chesco, United have some very good players. So if they are consistent defensively, they will win a lot of games, because they will score goals. Just to comment on Brighton's first goal, I don't think it was a red card, because I saw people saying that Dogu could have been sent off, but I don't agree with that. I don't think it was a red card. It was not a clear opportunity. So the yellow card was fair, in my opinion. And just to give you my notes, defensively cohesive for most of the game. United producing a lot of chances does not surprise me. However, being consistent defensively, that surprises me. But again, they struggled a little when Brighton started to get some momentum. And United are still producing a lot of chances, but they can improve the conversion, even though they scored 4 goals with an XG of 1.20 something. Overall, they still miss some big opportunities, a lot of big opportunities actually. And as I have been saying, United produce a lot, As you can see, expected goals second in the league with 16.7, shots on target per match first in the league with 5.2, but then you see goals per match 7th, and in fact they are 4th in big chances missed. And now United are 6th in the league with 16 points. Guys, United won 4 in the last 5 Premier League matches. What's happening? No, but honestly, they look good defensively, apart from the conversion that I already said. But defensively speaking, they are still conceding a lot of goals and a lot of chances and stuff. If they improve those two aspects in their game, then they will start giving everyone some problem. So let's go to Brentford 3, Liverpool 2, and what's happening to Liverpool, because they are conceding a lot of goals. I'll show you the general stats later, but Liverpool are conceding a lot in this game. 2.75 XG for Brentford, 2.30 for Liverpool. 7 big chances for Brentford. I just had forgotten to put Kirkes there. But anyway, throughout the game, I did not feel Liverpool would win. I was pretty sure they would lose because they don't seem comfortable on the ball and off the ball anymore. And in this game, they suffered a lot in set pieces. And I'm starting to believe that signing players who can throw the ball, I don't know, from the middle of the pitch to the opposition box will be the meta. Because we have been seeing this every game, and Brentford used this a lot. So my notes about Liverpool were Liverpool lost their 2 biggest strengths, because last season they were extremely consistent defensively, accumulating only 42.3 XGA expected goals against after 38 matches, which is roughly 1 per match. This season the team already have 15.4 XGA, 4th worst in the league. Guys, that is very bad. That is fight against the relegation performance, defensively speaking. For example, if they maintained this performance in 38 matches, obviously they won't, but just to exemplify, they would have around 61 XG at the end of the season, which is almost 20 more than the previous season. And the other strength was that Salah was getting goals and assists every week, like week in and week out. This season he has 4 goals and 3 assists in 13 matches, like 7 goal contributions in 13 matches. Isn't horrible, but it's bad for Salah because he can do way more than that. But obviously it's not only his fault. I believe Slots needs to find a way of having it's not that easy, but he needs to find a way of putting or creating a team with Isak, Salah, Vitz, where they all can play their best. And now Liverpool are 7th, having lost 4 in the last 5 Premier League matches. That is very surprising because at the beginning of the season I said Liverpool were going to win the title easily, but apparently it will be Arsenal. Anyway, it is what it is. I'm talking about Arsenal, who are looking good, unfortunately, because I don't support Arsenal. But yes, they are looking good. There's no much to be said about that. I don't know if you can hear this, but like a lot of birds making a lot of noise. Sorry about that. But anyway, Arsenal look very good. Even though in this game they did not create a lot of opportunities, as you can see, 2 big chances, 0.92 expected goals and stuff. Arsenal was not so inspired, offensively speaking, but again, they were very cohesive defensively. Honestly, I can't imagine Arsenal conceding more than 1 goal per match in any given match. I usually assume Arsenal will either not concede, will either get a clean sheet, or they will concede a goal, 1 goal, and then score 2 or 3. And usually in the league format, teams with the best defense win the titles, which didn't happen last season because Arsenal was the best defense. But anyway, this season Arsenal look like when they play poorly, they get 3 points. When they play amazingly, they smash and they also get 3 points. And I'm not even considering that Gyökeres has not even adapted yet to the team, and Arsenal just keep winning. Like, the team looks very good. Declan Rice, Toby Mendy, Gabriel Magalhães, SA was decisive in this game. I don't know, guys. 16 points. Not 16 points, 16 goals scored, 3 goals conceded, 22 points in 9 matches. I don't know, I really don't see anyone being able to challenge for the title. Like, I hope, obviously, I hope Tottenham will just start winning every game. But rationally speaking, Arsenal just look at a different level. And I was wrong about Arsenal because at the beginning of the season, I said I did not trust Arteta anymore, but he has been showing that his team are very cohesive and can get the results. And last but not least, I need to say that I did not pay much attention to this game because it was at the same time with Arsenal's game. However, I did watch the game because I had 2 screens. And City looked very not inspired. City did not look inspired in this game. even though they had 1.18 XG, 2 big chances, 18 shots, and the ball for most of the time, I did not feel they would win. Throughout the game, I felt Villa was closer to the second goal, who, by the way, the first goal was a banger. You probably have already seen, but in case you haven't, go and watch it. Cash just scored a banger. I felt Villa was closer to the second goal than City to scoring their first goal. Obviously, City started to get a lot of momentum, especially in the second half, because Villa were like, okay, you can have the ball. I would just defend the result and get 3 points. Get this 1-0. That for me is enough. And also, it's important to say that finally Haaland did not score. And I'm obviously not celebrating this because he was my captain on FPL. And I also had Van de Ven on the bench. Let's forget about FPL. But anyway, just to finish, City were not inspired this game. They were not creating a lot. They're not producing a lot, even though they had the ball for most of the time. And regarding what both teams wanted to do, Villa were more efficient than City. But that was it. If you liked the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a friend in case I have said anything useful or have entertained you in any way. And see you next time. Bye.